Hello, my dear students, and welcome once again to Zenith Academy Online. Today, we are doing the specimen question paper for chemistry for ICSE Class 10 2023 examination. So, this specimen question paper has been released by boards, and in today's lesson, we will be doing section A, where you have to attempt all the questions from this section. Let me tell you before starting that I have taken this question paper and the solution from this particular book by Oswal-Gurukul. Here 61 sample question papers book for ICSE class 10. All subjects are combined for 2023 examination. So I'll be making many videos here from here. Now here in this book, fully solved new specimen question paper released by CISE in July 2022 is given. But other than the specimen question paper, there are many sample papers fully solved. There are other sample papers that are not solved, but the solution can be taken from the scan code that is given here, so that you can practice a lot of other papers as well. So let's start. The first question is, choose any one correct answer to the questions from the given options. A weak electrolyte is, तो हमें पता है question 1 all are MCQs. So first question, a weak electrolyte is, out of these 4 we have to select the weak electrolyte. Alcohol. So alcohol is a non-electrolyte. This is not an electrolyte. Potassium hydroxide. When it comes to potassium hydroxide, it is KOH. We know this is -1, this is +1, highly electropositive. So it is a strong electrolyte. It is not a weak electrolyte. It dissociates completely into K plus and OH minus ions. Dissociate पूरा complete होता है. Glucose also is a non-electrolyte. Now glucose is also a non-electrolyte. So the answer is ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. So answer is C, ammonium hydroxide. Let's go ahead. Electron affinity is maximum in. So is it maximum in alkaline earth metal, halogens, inert gases, or alkaline metals? Think. Yes, it is halogens. Halogens are what? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So if you take chlorine, it is 287. So it has 7 electrons in the outermost shell. So it has more affinity for that one electron. है ना? It has the highest affinity for this electron to get stable electronic configuration. So halogen is the correct answer. Next, main components of bronze are copper and tin, copper and iron, copper and lead, copper and zinc. So in the metallurgy chapter, I told you, you have to learn the main components. You don't have to learn the percentage. Here, obviously, copper, I know it is 88%, tin is around 12%. So copper and tin is the correct answer. You just have to learn the main components. No need to learn the percentage. Next, a polar covalent compound is. Now, what is a covalent compound? Formed by sharing of electrons. What is a polar? Which has poles, one positive, one negative, keeping it apart. So see, methane is CH4. C is also electropositive, hydrogen is also electropositive, not much electronegativity difference. So you have to see, in a polar covalent compound, it will be formed by sharing of electrons, and elements should have electronegativity difference, right? Now ammonia, NH4, when you make this, you will realize that even though nitrogen, you will realize that nitrogen is very electronegative, 3-, and this is electropositive. They are formed by sharing of electrons, but yes, it is a polar. This is the correct answer. Now if you see N2, nitrogen, and chlorine, Cl2, they are polar, no doubt. Nitrogen is formed by sharing of electrons like this. See, 5 electrons for this one and 5 electrons for this one. So when they share, let me draw it like this. So 5 electrons for this one and 5 electrons for this nitrogen. So when they share, there are 8 and 8 electrons. But you see, this is not polar because there is no electronegativity difference between them. Same is the case with chlorine. 287, 287, they will share. It is a covalent compound, but it is not polar because both the elements, chlorine and chlorine, the electron will be shared equally. Whereas here in ammonia, nitrogen is highly electronegative. This is electropositive. So the correct answer is ammonia. A polar covalent compound is ammonia. B is the correct answer. Let's go ahead. An acid which has two replaceable hydrogen ions. Two replaceable hydrogen ions. Okay. So what is the answer? See, if you see acetic acid, it is CH3COOH. Now you can see only this H is replaceable. है ना? It will form CH3CO minus and H plus. So only one. है ना? Hydrochloric acid only one H plus and Cl minus. Phosphoric acid is three replaceable hydrogen, and carbonic acid has two replaceable hydrogen ions. So the answer is carbonic acid. Okay, H2CO3. है ना? चलो. This is phosphoric acid is H3PO4. Let me tell you. Okay. So here it will form H plus, two H plus ions will be formed and one carbonate ion will be formed. So two replaceable ions are there. So the answer is carbonic acid. Next, the hydroxide which is soluble in excess of NaOH is. So whenever I am saying a question, just pause the video, find out the answer, then unpause and listen to my solution. Okay. So the hydroxide which is soluble in excess of NaOH is copper hydroxide. It is amphoteric in nature and soluble in excess ammonium hydroxide. And let me tell you the chemical reaction as well. So copper hydroxide plus, it is amphoteric in nature, right? So it can react with base. So it is reacting with this base to form CuNH3 4 OH2 भी लगेगा, रुको, copper, हाँ, oh sorry, so here OH2 will also be there, plus 4 what, 4H2O. So it will again convert into copper nitrate and ammonia complex. Okay, you don't have to write this. Soluble in excess of NaOH is copper hydroxide. That's it. Now, if RMM of carbon dioxide is 44, relative molecular mass, then its vapor density is equal to what? This is the seventh question. So the vapor density of carbon dioxide, it is carbon dioxide, CO2, right, is equal to the molecular weight of carbon dioxide divided by 2. We all know vapor density is molecular weight divided by 2. Molecular weight divided by 2. Okay. Hence the vapor density of carbon dioxide is 44 divided by 2, which is equal to 22. Let's go ahead. Drying agent used to dry hydrogen chloride is. So which drying agent is used to dry hydrogen chloride? Pause the video, read the options. Concentrated sulfuric acid, calcium oxide, sulfurous acid, or calcium hydroxide. Right? So the answer is concentrated sulfuric acid. So drying agent used to dry hydrogen chloride is concentrated sulfuric acid. The catalyst used in Haber's process is. So pause the video, try to recollect Haber's process. I have explained in a very amazing way the Haber's process. So the answer is finally divided ion. An aqueous compound which turns colorless phenolphthalein to pink. So which is the aqueous compound which turns colorless phenolphthalein to pink? Ammonium hydroxide, because this is base and you can see this is alkaline. Otherwise this is acid. Anhydrous calcium chloride is a compound, it's a molecule, so it's not acid or base. So base will turn colorless phenolphthalein to pink. So A is the correct answer. It turns pink in the basic medium. Do you remember? Phenolphthalein turns colorless. It is colorless in acid and it is pink in basic. So here the only base was ammonium hydroxide. Next, the gas formed when carbon reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid. ना कौन सी गैस फॉर्म होती है when carbon reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid? So you can form the reaction and see. So CO2, H2O and SO2 will be formed. Then you can balance it if you want. But here this is MCQs, so they will not ask you to balance this. You will not be asked to even write the reaction. I have just written so that I can find out that which gas is released. So sulfur dioxide, है ना? C. Next, the organic compound prepared when ethanol undergoes dehydration. Ethanol is undergoing dehydration. So alcohol, remember I had explained you this very well. Alcohol, when you remove the water molecule, it will form a double bond in between. For example, ethanol. ठीक है? So meth on eth 2 carbon and also OH. Now I will satisfy the hydrogen. 1, 2 is filled. No, this is ethanol. Now when water is removed, H2O. So this H also has to go either from here or here. So it will form, since this has gone now, you can see. Now this will not go, sorry, this will go. So what will happen? CH2 double bond CH2, because since this has gone, one of the hydrogen has gone, so one empty space is there, carbon is now only bonded to 2, so it will form a bond here. So what is formed? Ethene is formed, yes, and ethene common name is acetylene. Acha, D was, sorry, D, I forgot to give you the option D. D was ethene. ऐसा दिया ही नहीं मैंने ना. 12th option. Let me check if it is there in the book. Section 8, 12. Let me check once. Ethene was also there. So D, ethene. I'm so sorry, I forgot to give you the option. The IUPAC name of methyl acetylene is. The IUPAC name of methyl acetylene. So acetylene has 2 carbon, methyl has 1 carbon, and C. Right. So if we write methyl acetylene, okay, if we try to write methyl acetylene, it is prop 1 ion or propyne, IUPAC name, because the triple bond is present at the first carbon. Therefore, methyl acetylene is also called propyne. So answer will be first. Myth C. Acetylene will be this, and here 1 carbon is attached, and if you want to fill the electrons, okay, so 1 hydrogen, so here also this 1 bond will come, so 3 bonds will come, so it is ine, ene and ine, right? Now the product formed at the cathode in electroplating of an article with nickel is. So whenever you electroplate an article with nickel, what is the product formed at cathode? Cations go to cathode. So cathode is a negative terminal. So on negative terminal, which one will go? Now pause and see. Okay, on negative terminal, the positive ions will go. Ions will go, but they have asked you the product formed. Okay, so don't be confused. Nickel ions will go there, but the product form will be nickel atoms. So the answer is C, nickel atoms. Many students get confused here. So please don't get confused. At cathode, the nickel ions will travel in preference, and hydrogen gas will also, hydrogen ions will also travel. But what will be released there? The nickel ions will react to form nickel atoms. They will take the electrons and they will form nickel atoms. Now, the alkali metal found in period 3 and group 1 is. Pause, see the options and then answer. Which is the alkali metal found in period 3 and group 1? So, group 1 mein, I told you the whole series how to remember. Hali, Sophor, Lucifera. So, group 1 mein only sodium is coming. So, it has to be. Even potassium is coming, but then you have to see in period 3. है ना? Even lithium is coming in group 1, but you have to see in period 3. Right? Now, question number 2. So, how you will identify, bacho, you will in group in period 3, so there has to be 3. है ना? 3 shells. So, sodium is 281. This is 2882. 288. Oh, this is potassium is 19. Lithium is only 2 shells. है ना? So, this is 3 shells. This will be 2881, right? So this will be 4 shells. So this is not there. This is 2 shells. ये तो group 1 में है ही नहीं. So sodium is the correct answer. This is how you have to decide. Now question number 2. The diagram shows an experiment setup for the laboratory preparation of a pungent smelling gas. तो pungent smelling gas से ही हम थोड़ा सा idea आ जाएगा हमें. The gas is alkaline also in nature. So name the gas collected in gas jar. So first you see, and here which gas is collected we have to see. Okay, so see what is happening. Try to understand. Okay, so pungent smelling gas which is alkaline in nature is ammonia. Okay, we will write ammonia here. Write a balanced chemical equation for the above preparation. So since ammonia is formed, okay, how can we write the balance? So chemical reaction, we know that ammonia should be there. Okay, so in the reactant ammonium chloride we'll take. Okay, and we remember this is there in our textbook, so we will do it, react it with calcium hydroxide, and it is heated. You can see the heat here to form calcium chloride. Are you able to see? Plus water plus ammonia gas. But now you have to balance this. So it is 2 water, 2 ammonia, and it is 2 NH4Cl. So this is the balanced reaction. How is the gas being collected? So you can easily see how is the gas being collected. The gas is collected in inverted glass jar by downward displacement of air. है ना? Downward displacement of air, because here there was nothing, there was air. So air is getting displaced, air is going out, and this gas is getting filled. So downward displacement of air. And why? वो भी लिखना पड़ेगा, है ना? Why downward displacement of air? Because ammonia is lighter. Ammonia is lighter than air. That is why it is collected by downward displacement. Now, what is the purpose of using Y? Can you see this Y? So, this is a drying agent. So, ammonia gas is passed through calcium oxide for removing the water content present in the gas. है ना? To remove water content. Yeah, to remove moisture. Will you find that the jar is full of gas? So a glass rod dipped in hydrochloric acid is brought near the mouth of the gas jar. If the rod produces dense white fumes, this indicates that the glass jar is full of ammonia gas. So you have to write here glass rod dipped in hydrochloric acid. So bachcho, if you want to understand this very nicely, I've made a beautiful video with very nice animations and everything in detail. Concepts ammonia I have explained you on my channel. I will give you the link of it in the I button above. Okay, so please check it out and learn ammonia in an amazing way from me. Now match the following column A with column B. Question number 2. So first you read the column A and column B very carefully, pause the video and then read it properly. See, acid, salt. So you see in this, what can be matching with acid, salt? Which is the acid, salt? Okay, so it has to be salt. Salt means it has to have a positive and negative ions, and acid means it has to have a extra hydrogen, है ना? तो देखो, हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड तो हम नहीं ले सकते हैं. यहाँ देखो ये एक्स्ट्रा हाइड्रोजन है सोडियम कार्बोनेट के बीच में, तो सोडियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट इसका आंसर है. तो ए का आंसर है 4, राइट. अब बी को देखते हैं, कॉपर ऑक्साइड. So we know if we read all the options here, copper oxide is black in color. We know very quickly black in color. Zinc hydroxide. Okay. So if you see zinc hydroxide is not black in color, it is not reddish brown. This is also ruled out. Zinc hydroxide cannot be related to hydrogen chloride. So we can say soluble in excess sodium chloride. Yes. So whenever you don't know any option, just cancel out all the other option and the remaining one will be the answer. Now D. D is copper metal. Copper metal is reddish brown. Very easy. And then E, the last one remaining. Polar compound कौन है? Hydrogen chloride is a polar compound. Right? HCl. This H is electropositive. This is electronegative. So electrons will be shifted more towards chlorine. So that is why it is a polar compound. Correct? Let's go ahead. Question number 3. Complete the following by choosing the correct answers from the bracket. Ammonia in the liquefied form is obviously basic. Next, organic compounds are generally insoluble in. So organic compounds are soluble in organic solvent. So insoluble in, see, organic compounds are soluble in organic solvent. So insoluble in water. An inert electrolyte used in electrolysis of acidified water is, है ना? acidified water के electrolysis में कौन सा electrode use करते हैं? Platinum. Very good. Hydrocarbons having double bond is, double bond obviously alkene. Very easy. An alkaline gas gives dense white fumes of dash with hydrogen chloride. अभी अभी हमने देखा था हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड का के साथ व्हाइट फ्यूम्स जो देता है वो होता है अमोनियम क्लोराइड, है ना. अभी अभी मैंने यहाँ पे ये वाले में देखा था. देखो जब ये गैस थी अमोनिया गैस को ग्लास रॉड में HCl लेके जब डिप किया तो HCl के साथ वो NH4Cl बनाएगी और उसी के की डेंस फ्यूम होगी. ठीक है. सो अमोनिया प्लस HCl gives NH4Cl, white dense fumes. Now we have done so many times. So isn't it this paper very easy if you know the concepts really well? Now see here, identify the following. The property by which carbon bonds with itself to form long chain. क्या होता है? Yes, we all have been doing this from past so many years. 10th में नहीं, कब से कर रहे हैं हम? कार्बन जब से हमने पढ़ा है. Catenation. A substance that conducts electricity in the molten or aqueous state is known as an electrolyte. है ना. जनरल नेम बताना है हमको, किसी सब्सटेंस का नाम नहीं डालना है. The energy required to remove an electron from the valence shell of a neutral isolated gaseous atom is ionization energy. Very good. The name of the process by which bauxite ore is concentrated. Concentration वाला step. तो क्योंकि उसमें सल्फर है, याद करो कौन सा प्रोसेस करेंगे? फ्रॉथ फ्लोटेशन. फ्रॉथ flotation process. I hope my handwriting is visible to you. The bond formed by shared formed by a shared pair of electrons with both electrons coming from the same atom. Both electrons coming from the same atom. So we have to give the name of the bond. So it is coordinate bond, right? And the compound form is coordination compound, coordination bond, or it can be said coordinate bond or coordination bond also, no problem. Now, fifth, draw the structural formula of the following. 2-pentanol. So now you see pent. So pent means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. है ना? So PENTAN. AN matlab single bond. So I have drawn single bond between them. And at 2 position there is all. So if I number them from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 2 position you draw all matlab alcohol. Now you finish the now you satisfy the valency of this carbon. Now if you see this, this carbon has one valency already satisfied. One is done. So 3 are remaining. So put 3 hydrogen. Now for this carbon, 1, 2 and 3 are already satisfied. So you put only 1 hydrogen here. Here 1 and 2 is already satisfied. So put a 2. Here also 2 already satisfied. So put a 2 to complete 4. Here 1 is satisfied. So you put a 3. So this is 2-pentanol. Done. Later on, you can remove these numbers if you want. Now next is ethanol. Eth means 2 carbon. AN means single bond. And AL. Okay. AL. What does this mean? Aldehyde. है ना? So aldehyde on the first position. So if it is an aldehyde, it will be CHO. And this will be now CH3. Okay, and you have to draw the structural formula. So you draw it like this. CH3, C double bond O and H. This is how ethanol is drawn. तो पहले एक रफ में ऐसा बना के समझ लो कि ये एल्डिहाइड है और फिर ऐसे एल्डिहाइड बना लो. ठीक है. Now 1 butene. तो bute is there, ene double bond is there at 1 position. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bute and 1 position double bond. Right, now you satisfy the valency. इस कार्बन की 2 हो गई है, so 2 more. 2 and 3 are done, so only 1 more. 2 are done, so 2 more. 1 is done, so 3. This is 1 butene. Correct? Now next is you have to name the organic compounds. So first start numbering. So from where you will start numbering? From here. Because here the functional group is attached. You cannot start numbering from here. Okay? So you have started from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 carbons are there. At 1 position alcohol is there. So 4 is bute. Everywhere there is a single bond. So N, cancel E and put all. Now all position you can write 1 butanol here and join this, or you can say bute and 1 all. Both are correct. ठीक है? Both are correct. Next. Now you see here there is 1, 2 and 3 carbon. So double bond is here. So we have to give preference to this. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 means prop. And triple bond is means ine is there. And at what position? 1 position. So either you write prop 1 ine or 1 propine, or only propine will also be correct. Because if it is not mentioned, it has to be on 1 number. Okay. But it is better to write the position as well. So this was all about section A. I will give you the link of this particular book in description in case if you want to practice more, and you can buy the book. I have given you the link in description. तो ओसवाल गुरुकुल का भी लिंक दे दिया है, Amazon का भी लिंक दे दिया है. From wherever you want to buy, you can do that. Okay, and check out the book link in the description, my dear students. And if you have not yet subscribed to Zenith Academy Online, please do it right away. Next video that we would be coming up with is section B of chemistry itself. Please write in the comment section that you want to do next papers of which subject, and if chemistry only you want to continue, please write down whether you want to do more sample papers or how you want to do it. Okay, and keep the learning always on, and all the very best for your board exams. Bye bye.